So the next topic is a good one, actually. So Apple just last month launched a high yield savings account that's paying at 4.15% with no minimum deposits, no balance requirements, and no fees. By the way, we're not sponsored by them. Obviously, we're not getting anything from them.
I
This is just,
wish.
yeah,
I
exactly,
wish. We
exactly,
need a
exactly.
sponsor. Anyone who
Right, right,
wants to
exactly.
sponsor us, please send us a message.
Right, right, exactly. And this is this is they're calling a savings account, but you can actually transact like it's a checking account in terms of you actually have the Apple card and you could use it to pay. So meaning you could just take out money whenever you want and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a really, really, really high rate, especially right now. And they within only 4 days got like over $1 billion invested into it. They'll obviously attract with as big of a base as they have. They'll attract way more people soon. So my question to you is, with this huge, basically this huge, company and their the savings account, do you think that this is a game changer, or do you think that this is just another product that they're releasing and it's just going to be just another $1 billion thing
No,
for them?
no, no. I think honestly that this is a game changer. I think that this brings in a lot of customers to Apple. We're talking about high-end clientele. Why? Because a lot of the people that own Apple products make good money, and we all know that because MacBook Pros are not cheap at all, right? I mean, they're really worth it, honestly. When I had a PC, I had so many issues, just from personal, experience, right? So I really do think that this brings a lot of money into Apple, and once this is successful, then I really do believe that they're going to start rolling out mortgage loans and cryptocurrencies. So I really do think this is a game changer for Apple. So I think it's great for them. If you have $1 million, you're going to be making $40,000 a year, and a lot of people trust Apple. So this is just tremendous for their customer base. You know.
But what do you think in terms of the company? So for example, there's a lot of people that currently invested into Apple, even though most companies have gone down. Apple is one of the only companies that has basically stuck to it, and
Well,
their stock isn't going anywhere. Do
well,
you think this?
remember when we had the conversation, you were asking me like, why is Apple like, a tech company, like, why aren't they going down? And I clearly told you it's because one, they're really smart. You know what I mean? And two, you can rent, not rent, but you can pay for a phone on a monthly basis, right? You don't have to buy it outright. I think
Sure.
if you had to buy it outright right now, $1,000+ would be a lot of money. But if you're
Okay,
only
okay, okay,
paying
okay, okay.
30 bucks a month,
I
you
feel
only
like I feel
paying
like
30
I feel like
bucks a
you're going
month.
on the time. I get it. I get what you're saying. They're a good company, and you could pay all that kind of stuff. Got it. But I'm really talking about in terms of, do you think that this product in itself, do you think it will have an effect on the actual stock of the company? Meaning, like you're saying, this is a game changer. Do you think that this is something that will have the Apple stock blow up like
I
as
think, I think,
soon,
I
or do you think that this is a long-term thing and maybe in like 2 3 years then the stock will really
well,
reflect what they've done now?
okay, well, okay, think about it. They're a $3 trillion company. 3 trillion. That's ridiculous. That's a huge market cap. But I mean, they probably have a lot of money on the sideline that they can do something with. So I mean,
Yes, they do.
for for this to reflect on their stock price, I don't think so. But
Wow, okay.
if they can continue to add more products like cryptocurrency products and mortgages, and I mean, I definitely heard coming out with a car. I mean, so if they can continuously add more and more things to their lineup, I
No,
mean,
but I'm just talking about this product though. Like,
no.
see, the thing is, to me, I actually agree with the first thing you said, which was I do believe this is a game changer. They're basically, while they're not necessarily becoming a bank, they're bank adjacent, and they have so many people that love their product and will trust them over, like, if you ask
Yeah.
an average person, who do you trust more, your Chase Bank or Apple, or your Wells Fargo Bank or Apple? Most people, especially if you have an Apple product, like, I probably would trust Apple a little bit more. And because of that, if the trust is already there, man, I feel
Yeah.
like this is not a multi-million. I believe that this is a multi-billion dollar move for them. Excuse me, a
Yeah.
multi-trillion dollar move for them.
Well,
I believe,
I wouldn't say that
again,
this is
again, in
feeling.
the long run, with their base of people that they could reach anywhere with giving. And remember, I'm assuming the rate that they're giving right now in the account they're giving, they're probably not making a lot of money off of it. But they don't mind that. They don't mind just getting as many people as possible, giving them a really high rate, and then they could sell them other
Exactly.
products and have
Exactly.
them do other stuff.
I
But
think I
I
think
don't
this
mean other products isn't a car or a new product. I mean just in general, sell them other stuff that they
I
like.
think I think that this is a start, and I think that this is a huge game changer. But I don't think that the stock price is going to be reflected yet. I think that it's going to take probably many years because I mean, think about it. Like I said, they're a $3 trillion. They're a three
Three
trillion
dollars.
dollar, right? They're a $3 trillion company, right? So for the stock price to double, you would need another 3 trillion to go into it. So I mean, no, I don't think
Well,
it's a
yeah,
start. I'm just saying it's a start. It's a really good start. They can do whatever they want. See, when you have so much money, you can do whatever you want. Okay, and like Amazon, as you've seen Amazon do, they're starting a pharmacy. They have a pharmacy. You know what I mean? Like who would have thought that Amazon would become a pharmacy? I mean, come on. So
I don't
since
know. I kind of feel like that there's quite a few people that talked about it before they ever did it.
that's fine, but I'm saying like even before that, who would think that? So the thing is, I think Apple is going to do tremendous, meaning like they're gonna continue to do extremely well. Would I invest into it? No. I mean, because I wouldn't be able to make a lot of money off of it. They're like, oh well, it's a safe bet. It is for now, but like your risk to reward ratio is very high in a sense like you're risking money to make more money, but the problem is that it could drop a lot,
See,
but it,
see,
it can't go
I,
up a lot. It can't
I,
it can't go up
I,
a lot.
everything you just said is true. But at the same time, when the stock was at $1.5 trillion, people were saying the same thing as you're saying now. What are you expecting it to double to 3 trillion? Are you insane? There's
Right,
no, like,
right,
Apple is the first $1 trillion company. Are you really expecting it to double and then
right.
to
I,
triple? There's no.
sure.
All I'm saying is that it's happening over and over again. And by the way, yes, I do expect them to double. I do expect them to triple again after that. I do expect all of that. Like, when it will happen, I have no clue. But will it? Unless
Okay,
Apple,
so
like the adoption of Apple drops, and for whatever reason, people are like, I hate iPhone, I hate MacBooks, I hate everything there is to do that. Like,
right.
outside from that, it just seems like they're going up, 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 and up,
Okay,
and they
okay,
keep
okay.
on. Yeah,
So
go ahead.
let me ask you a very simple question. Would you rather invest into Apple or Amazon right now? Right now, at their valuations. What would you rather?
Right now, at the moment, I would argue that you would want. Well, for me, I would personally invest into Amazon right now
There
because
you
it's
go.
down. But hold on a second. But it's because it's how much it's down. That's
Sure.
the reason. Whereas Apple isn't. But
Okay,
we're
sure,
wait,
sure.
wait, wait, wait. But that's not the conversation though. The conversation is about this product and will it change anything, not whether is there is there or are there better investments than Apple? Yeah, 100%. You could give me a bunch of different other options. I never said that there isn't. All I'm saying is I believe that this will be something that will take them to the thing that you just said, the doubling of Apple. I believe that this will play a huge part in that.
I don't think that this will, but I think this opens the door for other products that they're going to actually offer that are very similar because they're going to be banking options. Okay, think about it in this sense, right? You have Mercedes, right? Mercedes, as far as I know, only does two things, right? It manufactures cars and then it offers loans on those cars. Okay,
Hmm.
But okay, let's say Mercedes is like, listen, we have a lot of money, we want to go into banking. Okay, well, that potentially could double or triple, their revenue, right? Well, that's what Apple is doing, but yet again, it takes time, right? And I don't think in the short term, from my perspective, it's going to uh, get them anywhere. But in the
You
long,
keep, but wait. You keep on saying that. I never made the argument that in the short run
okay,
that it's going
all
to
right,
blow up. I asked you whether you think one or the other, or do you
okay,
think neither at all?
okay,
And all I'm saying is, I do believe that this is a long play. I don't think that this is like tomorrow their stock is going to blow up. Uh,
yeah.
but I do believe that in the long run, I think that this is a huge plus to them, and this will take them to the doubling that you said you don't think is going to happen.
No, it's gonna happen, but it's not gonna happen like in 2, 3 years. I think this is like a 5, 10 year plan. But all I'm trying to say,
Oh, I 100% disagree on that.
okay,
Do
all
you
right,
think it's going to take them 5 years to double again?
yes, I think so. I think
Like
so.
again, that the only way that I could see that happening is if the economy really goes down like drastically, where people don't have, you know, they can't
Well,
afford their bills for their phone, they can't afford to buy a new phone, things like that. Then yes, but outside of that, if we're not in that kind of environment, I I don't know why you would bet against Apple.
I'm not betting against them. I'm just like simply telling you that for them to double again, I think potentially it would take at least 5 years. But
Okay.
nevertheless, I still would not invest into Apple at this point, at this valuation. I would not touch Apple. Okay, because for example, like you said, Amazon's down 50%, and then you're wondering, okay, well, why isn't Apple down 50%? That could also happen to Apple. They can also go down 50%. So why would I risk my money at this point
But
knowing that that's a potential? So I
but wait,
wouldn't.
but wait, but wait, but wait,
That's
but
what
wait,
I'm trying
but
to
wait.
say.
What you just said, right? But what you just said is I have no clue even what said about it. Like you just basically said, why would I risk on something that could also go down 50%? You could literally say it about anything. Is there a stock right now that you're 100% certain, 100% certain that won't go down 50%? Like there's nothing like that.
Well,
There's
okay,
like anything is
right.
possible. Okay, any stock can
Anything,
go down.
anything is possible, but I'm saying I would rather put my money into something that has a tremendous upside, like Amazon, that is already down 50%. That's all I'm trying to say.
I get,
I'm
I
not.
get, but the question was never. You for whatever reason brought up a new argument. Like, is
That's all I'm
Apple the best investment? That's not what we're talking about. No, no, I agree with you. I don't think Apple is the best investment. But we're
Okay.
not talking about whether it's a best investment. We're talking
Okay.
about whether this particular product that they just introduced
Mm.
will it be a benefit to them in the long run or the
Yeah,
short
yeah.
run or whatever.
Well, I already answered that. I said yes, yes, yes. I'm just saying, I'm bringing up my point,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. But your point isn't something that we're arguing about. You're kind of making this thing like if
I'm
it's better
not
for you to invest into
right.
into
Well, we're
like
not
like something else than Apple. It's like okay,
right, but
great.
we're not really arguing about anything. We're just having a discussion. It's just the fact that I'm
That's
saying
kind of an argument.
I'm just adding on to it, and what I'm saying is because of this, like I wouldn't put my money into Apple. I rather put in into Amazon that is down 50%. That's all I'm trying to say. Is this a game change?
I feel like I'll be repeating myself if I say it, but it's the same thing that I already said. So I get what you're saying. You don't
Yeah.
have to repeat it anymore. I get it that you think that there's better products out there to invest into.
Yeah,
That,
yeah, yeah,
that's
absolutely. But also there are other companies that are also competing against Apple, or Apple's competing against them. Like for example, Coinbase is also giving you a 4% APY, and I'm sure other institutions are doing as well. So it doesn't necessarily mean that Apple is going to take away from them, but the base that
no, no, not
they have,
not from crypto.
yeah,
Unless they offer something like that, they're definitely not going to take anything from crypto. But at the same time, I do think that there's people who are not in crypto, people who have first, for example, at first you said that like, well, this is primarily for rich people because a lot of people who own Apple are rich. I don't like they have so many people that have iPhones now that I don't know if it's only for rich people, and I
no,
could definitely see I could definitely see people with like a regular job who put in their paycheck and having everything paid from there, and at the same time
Right.
earning the 4.15%. I could
It's
see a
not.
lot of people doing that. It's free as well to them.
It's not only for rich people, but when Apple became very popular, and the people that used Apple were on the richer end because they would use the MacBook, right?
Sure, sure, sure. But
It's
it's
expensive product, right?
sure
So
it's
yeah,
them. But I'm saying, but now in terms of phones, most people buy phones that are relatively the same price. And
yeah,
if you want, you could even get the cheaper version of Apple, which is
sure.
comparable to other cheaper phones as well.
I think
So
it's a
it's
stigma. I think it's just a stigma of like
sure,
thinking,
sure.
oh, you have an Apple, oh, you drive a Tesla. I think it's almost like that the people that have a Tesla have an Apple product, and vice versa. So I think it's
Well,
just a
I
stigma.
feel yeah, yeah, but I feel like the phone itself, I think is a little different. Yes, I agree with you. If you buy a MacBook Pro, for example, that's like over $2,000. Yeah, you're probably a person who has some money to spend. Whereas I think that if you're a person who's buying an iPhone, I don't like. While maybe there's some stigma, because I really do think it's much, 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 much less than it was before. But
Yeah,
I feel like now if you have a iPhone, I would like never like. I don't know if I would judge a homeless person with an iPhone. I
I,
really don't
I
like
think I
because
would.
I've seen homeless people with phones. I've never looked close enough what phone they have, but I wouldn't be like, "What? He has an iPhone? What's
Oh no,
going?"
I think I would because I think that homeless people have the government phone. So
What's
I
the wait? What's the government phone? I don't even
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
that
yeah.
is.
Government gives a phone or a rebate for a free phone. Okay, so I'm not sure what it is, but I do know it's an Android-based phone. So if a homeless person has an iPhone, I would question if that person is actually homeless. Honestly, you
You
know,
think they're undercover?
I mean, well, okay, well, hey, that's a good point. One, they could be undercover. Two, they could be a rapist. And
Wait. Now the iPhone has something to do with rapists? What?
no, 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 it's not. No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not trying to go in that direction. I'm just saying that it's somebody who is posing as a homeless person, but really isn't a homeless person. You know what I mean? So you have to, if you see a homeless
Okay.
person with
I
a
just
brand new
I just hope you like if you do see a homeless person and they do have an iPhone, I hope you don't like start telling them like, hey, I know
iPhone,
what you really are.
no, listen, don't beat up that person. Don't touch him. Just run away right away because you never know what type of person. It could be a rapist. It could
What's you and going back to rapists?
it could be
Why is a
it.
homeless person with an iPhone a
I
rapist?
don't know. It could be
That's
a
like, oh no
rapist,
no no, he has an Android phone. Don't worry, he doesn't rape. All right,
right?
he has an iPhone. That's totally a rapist. Run
Yeah,
away.
it could be. It could be a professional rapist. He could be a undercover police officer, right? Or it could be someone who's pretending to be a homeless person to collect money. I've heard of that.
And it could be an alien. I mean, like if we're
Uh,
running the gambit of rapists,
I
working for like a police officer and a homeless person, I just I don't know, but
no, I'm just saying, just stay away from a homeless person that has an iPhone. That's
all
all.
right, I feel like we left the topic so far away at this point that that anywho, all right. So this is a product that I think is going to help. You feel like it's going to help, but you're really looking at it very long term and doesn't have a huge effect, but will have a huge effect on other products. Basically, that's
Yeah,
your point, my
yeah,
point.
yeah.
So let's move on to the last topic of the